Hey everybody, it's Mr. Hague. Welcome to another exciting lesson on Photoshop, and I am so excited about showing you this next lesson on how to fill in color. That's right, up until now we've been creating shapes, a triangle, the rectangle, the circle, and then applying the stroke function. So adding a border around, and that has different colors as well. Well, this is the same concept, only a different click. In other words, we're going to select something else in lieu of stroking. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So go ahead and open up Photoshop, and please go ahead and open Create New. And of course, we're going to go with the 1000 by 1000 pixels, 72. Same old, same old. Let's go ahead and create. Alright, so now we've got our canvas. Now there's three ways where we're going to show you how to create color or fill in color. Okay, the first is the paint bucket tool, new tool we're going to learn. Then there's edit fill, which refers us going to the menu. And then the one that I use the most is right clicking within the selected area. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you the first one, and that is the ever popular paint bucket tool. Well, before we go into it, of course, here is the paint bucket tool right here. Okay, and as you can see, it looks like a paint bucket. Alright, now you might be seeing this gradient tool or 3D material. Make sure you choose paint bucket. Okay, good enough right there. Alright, and then the next thing we have to do is select our color. Now there's different things we can do. Okay, the paint bucket, we're applying color, so we've already had selected our shape. But before we do that, let's go ahead and select a color. And I've got it set at blue. You can set it at any color you want. And what I like to do is just go ahead and let's start simple. Go up to the marquee tool. You can choose elliptical or you can choose rectangular, whichever one you want. I'm going to choose rectangular, just keep it there. And I'm just going to create a simple rectangle. Now what I will do now is go ahead and click on the paint bucket tool. There it is right there. The color is already blue. I'm going to go over here and paint, and there is my blue. Pretty awesome. Alright, so let's say I want to change colors. Well, I can go ahead back down to the foreground color over here. Let's say I want to change it to red. As red as it can be. Click OK. And I can click into this blue square and it turns red. Well, that's all simple. Now what I'm going to do is select the marquee tool, and with the marching ants still marching, and don't forget, if you see the minus sign there, okay, the minus sign, that means I am going to deselect the selection. Well, I don't want to do that here. So I'm going to go back up to the very top and select this icon here. Alright, that is the default new selection icon. And now watch what I do with the marquee tool selected and the new selection tool selected, okay, combination. Look how the cursor looks in the middle of the selected area. Sort of like has that white rectangle on the lower right. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to press and move it. Look at that, the marching ants follow. Pretty cool, I'd say. Now what I'm going to do is show you another thing here. We're going to look at the edit fill. Alright, this one involves going to the menu. Now once again, here is your marching ants. Okay, so now we have the marquee tool all set to go. It's already been placed where it needs to be placed. And now I'm going to go ahead and fill. This time I'm going to go up to Edit and Fill. And you'll see that there is a little dialog box over here. And notice the cursor. It's changed into an eyedropper tool. Okay, that's kind of strange because it's ready for me to select a particular kind of color. Well, the funny thing is that with this dialog box, under the contents field, I have a choice of choosing the foreground color, the background color, based on what I see over here. And actually, as you can see, the background color, well, it's pointless to use that one because it's white, the same color as the canvas. So what I will do is I'm going to press cancel, and I will go ahead and select a different foreground color, and let's just choose whatever this color is, and you can choose any color you want. And then I'm going to press on the background. There it is, and I'm going to choose a blue. There it is right there. So now I obviously have something very different. Notice the marching ants are still marching, waiting for us to fill. Okay, so now let's go to Edit, and let's go to Fill. The dialog box appears. So if I want to choose foreground color, press OK. I select foreground, I press OK, and there it is. Okay, now if I try it again, Edit, Fill. This time I can choose background color, press OK, and it turns into the background color. Now if I go to Edit, Fill one more time, this time I choose color. Look what happens. Now notice that the color picker comes up, okay, and now I can choose any color I like. Let's go with this nice yellow, supposedly. Press OK. Alright, and then press OK. There it is. The yellow appears. Alright, so we discovered how to fill in color with the paint bucket. We discovered how to use the Edit Fill tool. Now let's go ahead and choose the right-clicking inside the selected area. That's it right here. Alright, so now marching ants are still marching. I've got my cursor. You see that cursor with the mystical rectangular logo on the lower right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click and drop, and there it is. The marching ants are following me. Alright, now this time I'm going to press right click, okay? And for those of you using the Macintosh without a mouse, you might want to select the control key. For those of you using a Mac without the mouse, okay, like me, I use a stylus pad. So you may want to press down the control key and click. Okay, and then there it is right there. Choose Fill. Okay, and now you're going back to the same dialog box. Alright, well let's say I don't want the background, I don't want the foreground, I just want to choose color. Alright, so I'm going to start again really quickly. Right click, Fill, and notice that it lands on color. Well, first of all, I don't have a color to choose from because there's no color picker. So what I've got to do is I've got to hit the drop down and click color again, and now suddenly the color picker appears. There it is right there. I'm going to go up to here. Let's go with a nice green. Click there, press OK, and there you have it. So there are the 3 different ways of filling in color. Are we done? Not quite yet. We got it. One more thing. How can we go without combining the stroke feature and the fill feature? Alright, well let's try that. Marching ants here are still marching, and if it's not marching, just create a new square. It doesn't matter, or a circle, whatever you want to use. So I'm going to move this over. Okay, and now watch what I do. I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to select stroke. Okay, and by the way, before I do that, let me show you. They can go to Edit, and you can also stroke over there as well. See that? Same old menu, right clicking, whichever is easier for you. I'm going to go ahead and click stroke. Okay, notice that I've got the color picker there. I'll keep it at a pixel of 10 and make sure that the stroke is centered. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to choose, let's choose red, or let's choose orange. There we go. Let's choose orange. I'm going to stroke it. There it is right there. And now I'm going to fill it. Look at this. I'm going to go ahead and right click, fill, and this time I'm going to choose the background. There it is right there. Background color, fill. Look at that. Now I'm going to deselect, and look at that. I've got a nice box with a stroked orange and a blue interior. Can't get much better than that. Alright, so hopefully you understand that. Any questions, let me know. This is Mr. Hague. We'll see you in the next lesson.